And we live.
And we're alive. And we're alive.
What's up, people?
What up, kid? Fuck, we can give y'all some time to come to the room.
I'm gonna give you some time, but hit you with this introduction. My name is Rel.
And I'm your boy, Kia.
We're two kings, one queen.
Yeah.
Looking for our one queen.
You dig?
Two kings looking for our one queen.
Trying to share this real quick all over our social media platforms. What's going on, family? We appreciate y'all. We see y'all coming.
Somebody in there.
We see y'all coming into the building.
We just got done bowling. Monday Night Bowl. We did a good job.
We won 2 games. We lost 1. We doing all right.
Come on,
Jerry. Come on, Jerry Curl. Come on, Jerry Curl. What up, family?
That's how you feel.
Yeah, come on. This is all natural, bro. This is all
natural. Don't do that, man.
What's up? What's going on, King folks?
Hot Nicks. What's up? Nicks.
What's going on, people? We appreciate y'all. Oh,
I love you just for being here and just for commenting first. Like, what's up?
Jesus,
talk to us. We ain't got nothing to really. We don't have no plan. We just wanted to, we have 105 subscribers. We wanted to see if anybody would hop on and see if we could connect with anybody. Maybe, get some things out of us. Maybe we could get some things out of you.
We got questions and answers, all right? We got some questions somewhere.
No, but
we don't.
I got some questions in my head, and we'll talk about that in a moment.
Come on, questions in my head. Come on, questions in my head.
But we just chilling, yo. I don't want to make it seem like we got something for you. No, we just chilling, so be here with us.
We're here for them.
And be here for us. Talk to us. And I'm pretty sure we're going to begin talking if y'all don't talk to us.
We shall.
Hey, Hot Nicks.
And you can use your phone, too.
Oh, yeah.
To talk. Yeah, you can comment on your phone.
Excuse me.
Because this is how what was that?
You good? It's cool.
Yeah, look at me and my golden. Look at me looking all golden. What's it all okay, there we go. Yeah, we're looking good. Just so I can see my comments, so I can know what we're doing. All right, so welcome to this is our third.
So let's update them what we've been doing the last couple of weeks since we ain't hit them with no other episode, and life has still been going on. Let's just hit them with that real what we've been doing since the podcast.
What about how did the podcast go for you?
So after watching it back, I loved it. I loved all the questions. I loved the conversation that we were able to have with Just the Tip podcast LV.
They were amazing.
They were amazing. Shout out to
thank you for having us, and we ready to come back.
And Bishop.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you guys for having us and welcoming us and showing us love while we were there. That was awesome. It was awesome. We had a good time.
Yeah,
They definitely got us drunk. We killed their Hennessy bottle, and that was probably why the night ended on a note we weren't sure how it went. Afterwards, we not sure.
We had to remember what we had talked about
because the liquor had us fuck some shit.
If I'm gonna be honest, I feel like we really up until that podcast. We really had some emotional stuff going on, our personal life. And so that was fresh off of, the queen leaving. So I think that we were just fresh and that was a real podcast. Those were our real feelings. And, what came up, came out. Real talk.
Right. So what came out? I feel like I don't even know what the fuck happened afterwards. Why did I know? So just to be, I don't know. We had
Did you share this across your?
No, I'm about to share it.
Yeah, you share it. Go ahead and share that. We'll give the people some time. But it's only been 4 minutes.
Yeah.
We'll give them some time to come in. Yeah. And we'll just talk.
That's what you did. Cover the name because we ain't endorsing
God
anybody.
Will block it. Yes, yeah, God will block it.
Okay.
But so what I would say is, I've gotten a lot of questions as it relates to who we are, what we're looking for. Even though we did that first video, we were a little bit relaxed and chilled and composed. But I think we made it clear.
I think we made it clear too. Very clear. First episode, 2 episode. I think we made it clear on who we are and what we're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess I can understand where there's people who may have more questions.
So let's talk about. I want to ask you. I want to ask you a question. The negative, the comment section.
Let's interview each other.
How about that? I'll be Oprah, you be Gail. Or I'll be Gail, you be Oprah. I don't care. Just go with it.
So you first.
So the negative comments and the backlash that we get, because in the normal poly situation, it's always either a guy and a girl looking for a girl or two girls looking for another girl. Our dynamic is so different, but yet we have been engaged in so many confrontations and conversations. So my question to you is, how do you feel honestly about the journey and about the feedback, the negative, positive, like just how do you feel about the feedback to people responding to your journey? How do you feel about that?
Well, I'd say that the feedback and anything negative doesn't play any part in my desires.
I love that. I love that about you. It means nothing, right?
Right. It don't mean nothing. Like, y'all gonna see me respond to it, and it may seem like shit may get me in a bad mood, but it's like, no, I'm just responding to that comment. And, for me, like I said, it doesn't define anything, and it's just making me fine tune more of what I desire.
You will revert back. You will respond. We're not gonna leave your comments unnoticed.
Yeah, because it's like I want people to know, like, all right, y'all can say whatever y'all want to say about me being into guys and still wanting a woman or whatever y'all got to say about any aspect of this. But it's like, I know the real about people. I feel like with being a salesperson of many things, but also being in the community and renting out my space and having the events and seeing what people do in their life and all the things that are just as equal of a sin, if you want to call it that.
Okay.
They're equal. So it's like, I just look at it as, all right, people judging me for, what I choose. So I'm going to kick it right back to you. Like, right, but you doing this, and that. And so does that make you better than me? And it doesn't. Like, so if I'm going to hell, we all going to hell. And I don't think that. I think that my beliefs of where it stand is like heaven. Hell is actually here on earth. And we're living in that. We just need to get through hell, and in order to get to heaven. And heaven, you can get to heaven before you die. It's all about your mind state and your mindset and how you deal with the hell.
So, us looking for a queen. How possible? And this is all freelance. We just decided to turn on the camera and have a keen conversation with ourselves. So how possible do you think it is that, we will actually find? Because are you optimistic?
What do you mean am I optimistic?
Are you optimistic that we will be successful in what we're looking for? I'm very optimistic. I'm very optimistic in that I'm very optimistic.
Where are you laughing?
Facebook? On my Facebook page.
Should I do two things on my page?
Are you on Instagram?
Should I do? Yeah.
You should probably go live on our Instagram page or your Facebook page, whichever. Hey, people. We're shooting 2 Kings and 1 Queen live, and we wanted to bring everybody into the conversation. So here's my thing.
It's a spontaneous conversation. We're going to maybe ask each other questions, and hopefully y'all ask some questions.
So my question is, I'm very optimistic that we can find what we want. I think, just honestly, bro, I've been living, and it took me years to find somebody to even make me open to this. So I feel like, we're going to have to be patient. I feel like we're going to have to take our time. I feel like it's not going to be an easy, situation to find someone for us both to genuinely, want to talk to and want to be with,
So that begs my question, actually.
That begs your question. Come on, beg question. Come on and beg your question. I'm listening.
So I feel that. And I feel that, yeah, I definitely want to take it, slow, especially after the first fail.
Mm-hmm.
And we putting all of our eggs in her basket, and she just like destroying those eggs.
Yeah. Destroyed them. That's what happened.
That's really what happened. So it's like I really don't want to put all my hope in my dream and get my hopes up off of one person that may seem like the one right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that that's still possible. I know that we can meet one person and that could be
absolutely.
It.
Dating is hard one-on-one. You just one person trying to find one person. Dating is hard. So in a poly situation, dating as a couple is even more harder because we both. And this is what I like. What I have to say I like about our energy is that even though I was willing to just say when the first queen came in, I know she didn't like me, but I didn't want to break up y'all thing. I was happy that you stuck up and you were like, this is a package deal, So,
and that's the ideal situation, right? For us to be the package, for us to only need one woman,
right,
and for us to bear both of our children time out of time, and for us to both fall in love with her first, for her to fall in love with each of us.
So I got a question.
No, my question is.
Oh. There was a question?
This is I haven't got to my question yet.
Mm-hmm.
But that was a good build up to my question, which is like, what if all right, so we taking our time to find this one.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, should we be
looking
open
for two?
having our individual?
You know what? This is the thing about it, bro. Like, this is the question about the whole poly situation.
That'll be easy, but it's like hard making sure.
It's hard to make sure that
likes both
of us, and that we both like her.
Right.
That's work. That's really work. But I feel like just like if you're two single people, there is a person for you as a single person that's gonna fit everything you need, right? So I feel like us as a couple, we're an entity, we're one thing. And I feel like there is going to be someone out there that will fit, our dynamic. Now, is it going to be easy? No. Is it going to take some time? Probably. My question to you was, do you feel? Did you
answer my question?
I did answer your question. I said that I would be. It's definitely going to be tough. I think it's possible for us to find one. I think it's
that's your answer.
Yeah, it's definitely
but
possible.
My question was, were you open to
absolutely
us having individual?
I said that when the first queen.
So do you feel like there should be like a time that should expire before we pursue individual things? Or
I feel like I feel like that's going to be something that's going to happen for us as we go along. We'll be like Jay's like, child, I can't do it. Yeah, and guess what?
It ain't for everybody. We know.
It's not for everybody, but you have to. What are you looking for in your queen? We'll get to you, Million. I'm gonna get over there. We're bisexual, Tori. Yes, we are bisexual. We both are still attracted to women. Yes. And so I'm just answering.
That ain't never gonna change. So it's like I don't know how that's the question. Well, not her question because she doesn't answer bisexual.
People don't know.
But we're in a relationship and looking for a queen. So yes, we're bisexual.
Mm-hmm.
Like it ain't no fake nowhere.
Yeah, but I mean, I think because it's a new dynamic for people,
right?
That we're gonna get the simplest of questions. Like, are y'all gonna mess around? Are y'all gonna be touching? What's the sex gonna be like? And who gonna be like? Somebody said, "Oh, both of y'all trying to run through her." Like, we get that there's gonna be a tangible understanding. People just making their assumptions flying off of what they think, and not really giving it thought that we're two men.
We're real people.
We're two men who have decided to be together and who've decided that, you know, we want to bring a female into this too. Come on over here, girl. Yeah, so I mean, you know, I think that it's what are you looking for in your queen?
So did we answer?
Yeah, so my question to you is, okay, so if this takes a while, if we can't find the one, then so you're open to you having your own, and I'm open to having my own.
I am too, and I just like want you to know that doesn't change anything between you and I.
No, I don't. I don't feel that way. I feel like nothing's going to change the way that the agreement or the connection that me and you have. You know, I was willing from the first queen to be like, hey, they hooked up, they linked, and I'm not engaged. I'm not involved. And so I don't want to short his happiness or her happiness. So I was willing to say, hey, you know, y'all go forward and I'll go find out. So yeah.
And for me, it was just too soon for us to be like individual
to quit. Yeah,
like,
yeah. So I feel like maybe eventually down the line, if it doesn't, you know, but I'm still gonna hold out hope that you know, in this poly situation, we could bring in one woman into this situation.
I think so too. So I think that goes right into this question that we have here on our
Instagram
on the 2 Kings 1 Queen Instagram. Make sure you follow us on 2 Kings 1 Queen on Instagram with a Z, not an S on the Kings.
And our YouTube page.
What are y'all looking for in your queen? So we can just start naming off the things, but initially I'd say that we're looking for someone who is beautiful on the inside and the outside. Someone that has the desire to be healthy, because we want to stay healthy. We want to get healthier.
Absolutely.
Someone who has drive.
What's up, Amber? What's up, baby girl?
Hey, brother and brother's boyfriend.
You know I love you.
Hi,
I love you, girl.
I've heard a lot about you.
That's my girl right there. I love her. I swear to God, I do. And I knock over every table in this house about her. No, I'm just kidding, Amber. But you know I love you, baby. What are we looking for?
Somebody that has drive, that can match our hustle.
Absolutely.
That wants to possibly join her hustle with ours. But even if she doesn't want to, even if it's not integratable, maybe she can just run her hustle alongside ours.
Absolutely.
We build an empire.
Absolutely.
3 incomes.
Absolutely.
And we take care of our existing kids, because we do have 2 kids, but we want more.
Absolutely.
Keon wants some of his own, and I've always had a dream of having a lot of kids. And I've always felt this attraction towards guys.
You're so professional and articulate right now.
I've always felt this attraction towards guys, but it has never diluted my desire to want to have a lot of children. It's never diluted my desire to have a woman. And you know, there's a clear difference, but I like both. And I'm just going to be honest about that. You know,
and here's the thing, that is okay, beloved, my brothers, my sisters, that is okay to try to piece the life together that works for you. I'm going to be honest with y'all, and I'm going to say this, and you probably said this on all of our pages. I didn't even know poly or know the terms of poly, knew the ins and outs. There's still, you know, when they start talking in poly groups about certain things, there's still things I don't know.
Right.
But what I do know is, you know, I met a fine young man. I'm just kidding. I met a young man who had the same likes and interests that I did. And we chose as a couple, as an entity, to not exclude our happiness to just within ourselves.
Right.
That's unselfish. But it really is selfish, because it's like, I still want to be happy. Bro, I still want to be happy, and I realize you do too, and I realize I'm not the complete piece to all your happiness. Although it would have been a crazy entanglement that we would have had if you weren't open to it. I don't think I would have been able to fully dive into a relationship again. Because like you said in episode 1, because you didn't want this.
I was over that relationship.
Let's be clear. I'm
over it for a one-on-one.
This is something that, you know, when we met, I was definitely going down the relationship street. I was going one way down relationship drive, you know, And when I heard his perspective, not that I conformed, not that he talked me into anything, but when I heard his perspective and I saw what I wanted for my own life, it actually fit the end. And so that's when I was like, okay, well, let me understand this poly stuff and let me get into it and let me figure it out and let me, see how this works. How can this add or take away from my life? And I feel like it's going to do nothing but add. I feel like it's going to do nothing but increase our happiness. No, it's not going to be easy, but
so let's talk about that. Damn, I gotta pee so bad.
Lord, you want to take a commercial break? Go.
Yeah, let me go pee real quick.
No, leave that on. We'll just leave it on, and I shall navigate. I shall navigate all of you all. So we was coming from bowling, and I was like, bro, we got to do another show. Like, people are waiting on us. What are we gonna do? He said, let's just go live tonight. Let's just talk. Because what I will say is this has been an emotional roller coaster. I feel like Vivian, emotional roller coaster, loving you. Like, I feel like we've been going ups and downs. I feel like we've been going in and out. So tonight the conversation was pretty much to let people know, like, this is our real life. Like, this is our real life, and we've been approached by TV. We've been approached by networks. We've been approached, to shape our story, to do whatever. And, I told him tonight, this is our experience and we should do this the way. We ain't trying to be The Bachelor. We ain't trying to play with nobody's feelings and play with nobody's heart and we want somebody to come in here and work this with us. You feel me? But that's what Pitch Black said is good. Just admit you failed. I missed what that was.
He probably talking about
what happened when you slipped? I don't know. I missed it.
I don't know. I was gonna assume something, but I
don't know.
So Pitch Black, if you want to clarify what you said, we don't know.
Clarify it. My hair needs cutting. Look at this. I look up. Mess.
Yes, let it be organic.
Yeah, and
so that's the most important thing. It's like we've already been hit with some non-organic offers, I'd say.
Absolutely.
And
and we don't want to pretend for TV. We have our own YouTube channels. We have our own little storefront ministries. It's okay. We'll grow this. We don't want to fake it. We don't want to, because although it is a story and although it is, something that people may take an interest to, this is still our real life.
Our life.
And when a girl hit that flight back to wherever she came from, I had to heal from that because I was open to her being here and thinking that she was it. So I'm glad we had that. I want to say this. I'm glad we had the failure first because at least now I know how to go into, who we date next or how we go about, the next situation.
Definitely so. But it's like, I don't know. It's like, I definitely don't. It's hard because in that moment, it's like, I don't regret nothing. I feel like I brought my genuine self to her.
Mm-hmm.
We definitely brought our genuine selves and we could have made gold out of that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Like, she was, I don't even know what to say about her. It's just like it would just turn out to be an emotional catfish. It's
I mean, so, and this is how I choose to look at that situation. It happened. We grew from it. We learned from it. She used to have this space where I looked at it negatively. That's healing. That's getting over stuff. Now I look at our experience as it was a learning experience. We only brought her here as a trial basis, and it didn't work. And so, she left better than she came, and that's okay too.
That part.
That's okay too. And we're better for you being here. Real talk.
We are. Yeah, that happening definitely.
Yeah, brought us a little bit closer.
Brought us closer. It just brought us more of the truth and more of what we want and not to settle. Mm-hmm. Because not that I felt like in the moment, I didn't feel like I was settling. I felt like I just wasn't trying to be materialistic or superficial. Absolutely. I wanted to see her for who she was, despite of how she looked.
Absolutely.
And because I know anybody can have bad days when what they look because of their money.
Right.
And money can make you look good.
And we're not we're not materialistic people. I think that one thing I can say about you is I love the fact that you are you're human. Like you understand people have flaws. You understand people have emotions. Like when I spaz out, or if I go on one of my emotional roller coasters, if I go on one of them, it's safe because you'll check me on it and say, don't project, they got nothing to do with me, but you still let people feel what they feel in their lives to whatever healing they need to get to, and so that I can say that I appreciate from you. That's one of the qualities I really appreciate that from you, is that Will Smith, when he was talking to her and he was like, if I make a mistake, I don't want it to destroy my family, and I feel like with you, not that we trying to make mistakes, but I feel like with you give us enough room in our humanness to be just human. Like we were giving her just enough.
And I don't want that to be a message to anybody out there. Like it's room for you to
run over us. We're very smart, clear, collected people.
I know if the first time that you mess up, if I shouldn't give you another chance, but it's like
it doesn't mean we're stupid. It just means that we're just open to we're willing to love the entire person. And so that's what I'll say. Is that when you first meet a person, you meet all the good things they represent. You meet all those whatever
what they want to show, really.
Exactly. But then eventually the meat comes off the bun, the bread, and then you get to see who you're actually dealing with. And what I can say I love about you is that you are willing to see who the actual person is and still choose to love them, even though you expect them to correct themselves and correct their behavior. You still love them in the process. And I think that is big. And I think that is a message on unconditional love and on the love that you have to have for your partner. Because eventually, baby girl, bro, the honey gonna fall off. The smooth words and the lines gonna fall off and the creases gonna come out their clothes. Eventually, you're gonna see them in their raw. Eventually, you're gonna see them for who they are. Eventually, you're gonna see how they pay their bills, how they go to work.
Right.
And now,
do you still love
them? Now, do you like what you see? Now, are you willing to work with? And so, what I love about you and what you have taught me is the commitment that it takes to stay with the person that you love. Because let's be real, we're two kings, but we fought to love each. We fought, for this. I'm sorry, I just was speaking.
Definitely has not been just an easy ride and like, oh, we decided this and all. It's been just happy unicorns and like this shit has been
Tori, that honeymoon phase goes.
It goes.
That honeymoon phase
does not last
goes.
Forever.
All the good kissing and the tongue, all that stuff goes. But when they go, who's still there, and do you still love that person? Do you still love that person?
Let's talk about how when
come on, preach.
One person is like kind of still like thinking they're still in that honeymoon phase.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it's like this is both of the mind frames. They both think that maybe they're in that honeymoon phase, but they're going through life.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
And then it's like life gonna hit at certain parts of the day, and then you still have to love at certain times of the day too. So
absolutely.
I feel like I'm just learning all that right now too. It's like I'm not trying to teach or preach nothing. It's like I'm identifying that, like, even with my last relationship, I can tell you now, it's like definitely the honeymoon phase had wore off, and then it was real life, and that was just it. And really what I want to do now is like try to preserve that despite life. Like we know that we're going to have to deal with life. We're going to get to them questions. We're going to get to these questions.
I'm trying to get the pitch black. It says see more.
But despite life, Stan, and we obviously know it's not going to be the honeymoon phase forever, but we still love each other. And we have to separate life and love. It's like just because life is happening doesn't mean that I don't still love.
Right. I understand that.
And emotions can make you think that the love from the other person is changing or different.
Mm-hmm.
You see emotions during that honeymoon phase and the ending of the honeymoon phase. Emotions will make you think that the other person may not be there, but it's really like we gotta stay in our own head, and we have to be mindful and have control and respect each other. Still know that we are the person we fell in love with is still that same person.
Pitch, I don't think that he changed my mind. I think that
what's the question?
Well, he said that you said you were going down the relationship road, which I was. Which was
let's read the full question.
Yeah, you gotta read it.
You said you were going down the relationship road until you met him and read his perspective. And you say it's not he changed your mind into poly, but he kind of did. Just like DMX would say, yo, I'm slipping, I'm falling, I can't get up. What?
Bro, so here's the thing. This is what I would like to say. I was always a relationship-minded, monogamous-minded individual. I was always a monogamous-minded individual. He didn't sway me, and he didn't.
I didn't try at all. No, I didn't even try.
He talked about his own issues and what was going on in his personal life. And honestly, it was me who was trying to figure out, well, can I?
Yeah, I didn't even know.
I was trying to navigate. I was trying to navigate on because I saw this poet. I saw this strong, articulate, intelligent dude. So I was the one trying to, but the poly thing did take acceptance. The poly thing did take acceptance and unselfishness from me. But I don't want to say you swayed me. I don't want to say like you made me do this.
For me either, because I think like I wasn't trying to sway you in the beginning.
Exactly. I honestly don't feel like that. I honestly don't feel like
more of maybe it probably would have leaned towards of an open relationship because we identified the feelings that we had.
Absolutely.
But immediately after that, what happened for me is that I identified that it's like, nigga, I'm not trying to
you like
see
me more
or hear you being about with these other people without me.
Right. Because let's talk. So we were going to do.
Shut up, bro.
We were going to do an open thing. We were going to do an open thing.
It's crazy.
Open. We're going to do an open thing. And then we realized, oh, no, I'm not here for the openness of it all. No. So I know what you want and I know what you like. So
we probably can be to an extent if we set certain boundaries, but there has to be certain boundaries because it's like, nah.
I think the way that it is and the way that things ironed out, I think it's dope. And I think that what I will say is I feel like we both are living according to each other. I think we both are living according to what we want to live. I don't feel like you're conforming for me, and I don't feel like I'm conforming for you. I feel like we both figured out that we need each other as a part of our own happiness. And we both figured out that, we could be unselfish enough to give each other what each other wants that we can't provide. So
I definitely think we need that right now. I think that we need that energy in between us because if I'm just being completely honest and transparent, it's like, obviously, two masculine guys.
Come on, yeah.
Two guys that
we need some roses in here.
Sit on their throne.
We need some potpourri in here.
We need you.
We need some fabuloso boys in here.
Because some of the sweetness that I be looking for out of him, he can't get it.
No, because bro, I don't be on that.
And I be like,
and I think that you thought I'll be wondering.
I be so offended, bro.
Like, do you really? That is so good to hear.
Shut up.
No, I don't have that to give. I don't have that to give. I be wanting you to get.
Damn, you rude.
Right, you got what? That's what's dope. And see the thing, See the homosexual. Can I talk to this? See, Lord Jesus.
Here we go.
No, because this needs to be said, because in the gay hemisphere of the world, you meet a man in the gay hemisphere of the world, or women, you meet a woman in yours.
That's why I knew my intuition was always right, that I couldn't just be with a guy alone.
Yeah,
like I could never just be in a relationship alone.
Even my aggressiveness, because this is what I found out this week. Even my aggressiveness, even me just talking as a man, like us getting mad, you don't receive that.
I take it as you're a man, bro.
And so you right.
You're a man.
And so it's you take that as
I don't take
aggression.
it as you're my girlfriend.
You take it as aggression. You take it as aggression.
Yeah, I take it
so the point is, when we have a disagreement, it's the love is going out. It's two Negroes, two men. It's two men talking, and my talk is not polite. My voice escalates. I'm trying to make my point, as you are too. And so now that is so amazing for you to say that. I got it this weekend. I get it. It's hard arguments and disagreements are hard for us because keenness of it, and you feel like it's time to go to blows and really we're just talking it out. So that's interesting.
Yeah, I just think that we need a queen to balance us
out, and then not try to come in between us. But the thing is, we want her for more than that, because the thing is, we have to let her know that we're settled, and this is a solid relationship here. We may have our arguments. Everybody all gonna disagree.
It is, but I don't. At the end of the day, I don't think that it could be a forever thing if we didn't abide by the agreements that we agreed to at the beginning, which was us being, if we're not open, all right, and then we're poly, we can have more kids and blah, 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 because we're not shutting out our desires and wants.
Yes. And that soft side that sometimes the both of us may want, she can provide, or that flavor or that swag that,
because even though we are men that are comfortable in our masculinity as well as our femininity,
absolutely,
that was
a good thing to say.
We know that each other is not going to provide that 24/7 or any time that we want it.
Exactly,
right?
And we can't replace real femininity. We can't replace that real energy. We can't,
because we two men at the end of the day.
When a woman come in, she go
day to day.
When a woman come in, she messing with the pots. The bathroom change, the sit in the house change, the plants change.
It's different.
The female energy when she comes in, and that's honestly what I know that I miss and that I would love to have, and have it with you.
Mm-hmm. But just a woman that what's attractive, because it's not just any woman. Right?
No, you can't just because you got a poo nanny. No, you got to
no. Like women are strong when they know their power.
What is poo nanny?
When they know their power.
See how you did me?
When they know their power and they live in that power, that's the most sexiest and beautiful thing to me.
Absolutely.
And that's what turns me on.
Absolutely.
And a woman that could feel, there's been several women that have thrown themselves, feel like they can fit in this dynamic. And that's what turns me on. Regardless of if it will or won't work because of this and that. I feel like I love that, the fact that they feel like, yes, I can be in the middle of that. I can.
So, question: what is she? Because they're watching. What does she have to look like? Or what is she?
Wait, do y'all have any questions? Do y'all want to ask that question? Do y'all have a specific question?
So you're just gonna ignore my question? My question.
I mean, that's the question.
But my question
is I don't want to just answer it flat out.
My question was good.
My
question was.
That's a question. You asked it in a way where I can give you multiple answers, like several different reasons, and I want somebody to be specific. Because it's like, yeah, I got all the answers. I can elaborate all day long. But ask me a specific question so that I don't just give you all the goodies in episode 3. Pitch black. A woman can easily change a house into a home.
A chair is still a chair, even when there's no one sitting there. But a chair is not a house. That's what we need. Somebody to come here and turn this house into a home.
So I'm never gonna dilute the fact that though, like, all right, I'm bisexual. All right, I have these feelings when I see shit on Instagram, just like y'all. If y'all see something that's attraction, or if y'all walk past somebody that sees something that y'all like, if y'all in a relationship like I am with somebody that isn't what everyone else is accustomed to, that I'm going to hold this back. This is just the truth. What I was saying. I forgot what I was saying.
I need you to focus and finish your thoughts. I need you to finish your thoughts when you start.
So that doesn't have anything to do. Like, that attraction is there. Yes.
Mercy,
yes, I like guys. Yes, like I start to do certain things. Okay, but it's just like I feel like I have to keep reading that because wait, let me finish the thought. Because he said a woman can easily change the house of their home. So I want to say to that is what I'm saying is like, yes, I'm going to still want you at certain moments, right? But I do believe that a woman can add to our home.
Yeah, absolutely.
And can make our home more of a home.
Absolutely, and I can't wait till she get here.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I'm saying.
And I want it to be very well clear that I welcome the female energy into this. You know, and I think, you know, what I want to know is what will our ministry be like to, maybe that's another question that I'll just ask you personally outside of this. But we're given the opportunity for gay men or bisexual men to be free to say what they want. You know what I'm saying? And so, no, I hear you, you know, having to talk about admitting, you know, your dealings with men or your bisexuality or whatever. And that's your journey because this is new for you. You know, I've been waving my gay flag for years. Right. You know, I know this is new for you and I understand you in that process. You had it with it? Yeah. So I guess, you know, I think that the thing is, you know, patience is going to be necessary for both of us. And as long as we remember, and this is all that I've ever said to you, honestly, as long as you remember that we made this commitment to go on this search together. Now, if at some point along the road, you feel like, or we feel like it can't happen together, as long as, because I call you my bro hug, because it's like my brother, my best friend, my everything. As long as we don't lose, that's the only thing that I would be mad about in this chase for two kings and one queen, is if we lost what sent us on the journey to begin with. Because it was a friendship and it was a brotherhood. It was an understanding. It was really me saying to you, bro, I love you, but I still want you to go after what you want. And it was you saying to me, and I love you, and I feel like you should have what you want, right? Absolutely. And so I feel like, you know, I don't want
to ever lose that, right?
That we can't. I think that we can't, and I feel like anybody that comes up in here with that attitude, you're gonna get sent, because that's the first thing that we're gonna be deflective of is.
You can't separate us. You can't just have one of us unless we make that decision and say, all right, we're going to pursue individual queens.
Because that's what poly is about. Poly is
like
us
we want
saying,
the whole thing.
We want the agreement. We want the arrangement. We both want to love you. We both want to marry you. We both will sit at the end of the aisle and wait for you to walk down and marry you. Now imagine that. Now we talked about that in the podcast, but can you imagine that for a minute? Like that would be
that's really the dream, bro. It's like I want it to be a real thing. Can you see that happen? Watching our bride walk down the aisle to both of us, and whether she's already buried our kids or she's willing to bear our kids, or she's willing to live this whole life with us. That's what I want.
Just get here.
I'm gonna cry just knowing that. So just get here if you can.
So yes. I want to say that I celebrate you for your courage, for your boom, 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 boom. I celebrate you for your courage, for your honesty, for your truth. What we're embarking on and what we're doing is not easy. We're gonna be the brunt of many. This is a question I want to ask you. Now I can ask you.
Me?
Yeah, I want to ask you this question. because I see the thing about poly groups and two men wanting a woman. So my question is, do you feel like you're a weak man if me and you shared a woman or chose a woman? Do you feel like you would be a weak, like there's this conception that no strong man would want to. Do you feel weak?
I don't, because like literally I know what men that profess that they're straight and all this blah 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 hoopla. I know how they act and what they profess and the men that they are to their children. And I'm a man in every sense of the word. I'm a man in every sense of the word. Sorry, Instagram. I'm a man in every sense of the word. I take care of my children. I know what it's like to want that love of a father and a lover. And for me, it doesn't make me any less of a man. It just makes me more of a man. I feel like it makes me more of a man because I'm honest. It makes me more of a man that I know that there's women out there that love me more because I'm honest, and then I'm a good father, and all of that. So it doesn't. Repeat your question.
Mine?
Yes. So that I can reiterate again. But it doesn't make me less than a man.
Oh, no. My question was, do you feel weak? Because that's what the judgment is. When two men want to be with a woman, it's like they both weak or they both, Do you feel weak? Do you feel weak?
I don't feel weak. I don't feel weak at all. No.
You feel less of a man?
I don't feel less of a man.
I feel like we two men who took the cards. This is how I will explain it. I'm at 43 years old. 43. I've taken the cards that I was dealt with, and I'm choosing to play them. I can't help growing up a child of the church, saved, sanctified, holiness. I can't help that I ended up being, out of my four brothers, the baby, all of them basketball stars, all of them Toledo celebrities, and I just happen to be the baby brother. I can't help. He's 43. Come on, Aaron Burr, and help me preach this word. I can't help who I am at this place in my life, right? I cannot help it. And I'm glad that I've met an individual who accepts his sexuality, accepts who he is, but doesn't accept the limitations that come with it. I wish that I was 18, 19 again and could be like, yo, I got feelings for men, I'm bisexual, and I want to mess with a girl. And so I didn't have the DL spirit. I wasn't a preacher in church that was preaching and had, you know what I'm saying, the secret boyfriend. I couldn't do that. I couldn't pull that off. That was not my ministry. I had to come clean. The whole reason why I came clean was because I was dating a woman and she almost caught me. Hopped the fence and everything. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't want to be that fake. I didn't want to be that fraud. My mama told me I didn't have to live that way. And so, you like my poof on? This is my natural. Oh, you want it sticking out too much? It's my natural.
And for me, it's like, I feel like I've always been, it's like, whatever, this is me. That's why I felt like the urge and the need to tell my son's mom about my experiences before we got too serious. Regardless if we had already fell in love at that point, like we didn't have a child. We decided to have a child after the fact, after I told her everything about me. And it's like I brought her into my whole world. And that really was something that let me know that
you should say that again.
I can just be who I want. Because this was the woman that a lot of guys wanted in the open mic scene, I'd say, here in Las Vegas. And they still to this day will try to like crack jokes like to her. Just the other day on her comments on her Instagram, they were like saying like, oh, this nigga been piping down guys and he was holding hands with a guy at open mic and doing this light-skinned queen like this. I'm like, that's not even how it was. That's not how it happened. Like I told her about my experiences before we got serious.
And she still chose.
And she still chose me. So I knew then, even though it's like I only wanted her at that time, it's like I knew then that, all right, I can just be myself. And whoever is for me is going to be for me. But she still chose me at that point. We decided to have a child. We decided to build a relationship. Just because it didn't work doesn't mean nothing, because I've known these feelings that I had for all of my life. Even though it's like I didn't know like really what they were supposed to be. I didn't know I was supposed to be in a poly relationship. I didn't know like today would be my reality. I was always honest along the way.
I received that.
Yeah.
I received that. So let's wrap.
Wait, we got questions.
I didn't see my friends.
Oh, she said it's sexy to me. Somebody said it's sexy. Just so you know, we need negative people watching. Girls like us, okay?
I hope that
we gonna find our queen is the thing.
I believe
like, the only reason why we don't have a queen yet is because we're not rushing into it. We could have easily. Yeah. I feel like we could have easily had a woman right here. But we could have easily still, even after that, we could have had a woman here like, oh, you replaced. There's still all these women that want us.
But that's not our character.
That's not what we want. We want something that is real every step of the way. So we're going to take our time with these episodes. Whatever we got to do to let y'all know that this shit is real and genuine. Okay? Amber said you can't help it and you shouldn't feel bad for it. Damn sure don't. I wish I would have started living life. Yeah, I started living my life, man. Yeah. I realized that life was short a long time ago. And I'm not about to live a lie. It's like, I don't know what's about to happen after I die. So it's like, why not do the things that I desire? Yeah, you came
here to live. You came here to love. And you came here to experience an abundant life. So this is a life coach coming out of me now. So why wouldn't you go after that? Why wouldn't you do that? Why would you allow anybody's perception, any place, person, thing, any noun?
When this whole life,
why would you allow anything to inhabit? Why would you allow anything to inhabit your pursuit of happiness? And for me, I talk about it with the tarot cards because I'm being judged with that. I'm being judged with this. They go on poly. It's about your happiness. It's about, and if I could preach for 30 seconds, it's about your happiness and about your willingness to be happy in spite of everybody else being mad. Can you go for your happiness, even if it pisses off grandma and them and auntie and them? And
so speaking of that, bro, Amber said I was honest up until I began to be questioned by my mom. That made me start to be self-conscious about my sexuality. Me too. And so like me, bro. So I'm gonna be transparent here more.
Question, our dear woman, but go ahead.
We'll go into that. That's kind of what I'm going through right now, but not really. Right. I feel like me and the public persona and everybody looking out on me is like, they know that.
Because you should probably tell, because everybody does not know that you're this big, that you have a face in the Las Vegas black life, and nobody knew your sexuality. Nobody knew anything. You're this poet. You speak at all the events. And so these last couple of weeks have been coming out for you.
Yeah, I didn't feel like that I had to come out to anybody. I feel like I'm a grown man. I'm about to be 30. I don't feel like I need to divulge that information to anybody except for, let me tell you, I didn't feel like I needed to divulge any of that information to anybody except for who I was sexually involved with and seriously involved with. And that's why 3-4 years ago, I decided to tell my child's mom before we decided to have a child. But
Amber is a mess.
Amber, fuck them Bible thumpers. They don't ones that need a damn reading. They do because they spiritual preaching anyway.
Kendra, I love you.
All of that.
You're so physical. You're so physical sometimes.
Only sometimes. This is with love.
I know.
It's a love tap. All right, so what I want to say was that I don't feel like I have to come out to anybody. I don't feel like anybody's business is my business unless I make it your business. And that goes for family too. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry to my family that feel like I should have gave them a fair warning or some lead time to know about my sexuality, about me pursuing poly. But I don't feel that way. I'm sorry. Okay. I don't feel that way. But it is like, obviously I did feel like, even though I've been free in my sexuality with myself and with my child's mom in my home for the last 4 years, I felt like, obviously, the public, the people that see my poetry and people that see me doing these events and stuff, they don't know those things about me.
Right, because I'm going to say something right here.
Say something, I'm going to be.
Oh.
I'm going to listen.
I'm going to say something right here. So, y'all know that. So what you have here are two different perspectives. You have this gentleman who's had his navigation through the world, and me, and I've had my navigation through the world. And one of the things that the queen that was here, said was she was basically saying that he was doing this for me. As if to say, oh, Kiop is one who ain't been with no chicks in a while, and Kiop is the one. And so she felt as if, he was just like taking one for the team almost.
Me?
That's kind of how she kind of felt. It was like, do you remember when she was
thought that I was doing this for you?
For me, for my side, because I
just got out of a relationship.
And I was the one who hadn't been in one or who hadn't, dealt with a female or whatever. Y'all both were happy, and that's like.
Wait,
I'm just trying to read.
We can read. Well, we can't read in the middle of our thought.
I can remember what I'm saying.
What were you saying?
I was saying, sir, that I think that I don't remember now because you just put me on the spot. I knew what I was saying before you.
Yeah.
Kia, do it again.
Kia.
No, what I was saying was, it'll rewind the tape. You know what I was saying. Don't let him talk me out of what I was saying. You stopped me. Anyway, you both were genuinely happy. Yeah, and that's all. I think that's okay. I think that's cool. What I will say is we're totally in the dark. This is what I will say. We're totally in the dark. We're totally walking by faith and not by sight. We do not know how this is going to end up. This could end up him with a girl, me with a girl. This could end up us both with both girl. We don't with one girl.
Even though we named it 2 kings, 1 queen.
And that's what our desire the agenda is. Right. So 2 queens and 2 queens would be 2 kings.
Change the brand.
2 kings and 2 queens would be a what's the word when somebody gives in a negotiation, or would be a you took one for the team. That's where
who took one for the team?
Pitch Black is listening to the conversation.
Okay, so resume. Who took one? Oh yeah. That's what it was. That's
what we Come on, Pitch Black. I know somebody out here feel my message. That is exactly.
No, yeah, and I was so disturbed by our last girl, right? Because she felt the one that brought it to us. Like
you were taking one for the you were taking one for the team. Like you were
girl because
Kiop ain't had no pussy in a long time, and so he's.
Yeah, I didn't get that because it's like I had just got out of a relationship, and it's like obviously I still am attracted to girls, but
she thought you were trying to. She thought you were taking. She thought you were trying to take one for the team. She thought you were only doing
like
this
that. I only wanted guys, and that's why I broke up my girl. And then it's like you haven't had a girl in a long time,
so you only wanted a girlfriend for you. Me. Yeah,
that don't even make sense. Come on,
that's not what. Did you, Amber? I dropped all. That's what she thought, like that, and that's not what this was about. But when she said that, I was like, okay, yeah. So let me just say this, and we'll pick up the conversation. I will just say this: the life coach in me, whatever you got to do for your happiness, for your pursuit of happiness, whatever you have to do, Instagram, YouTube, my page. Whatever you have to do for your happiness, you do it without apologies, without second guessing yourself. This is your life. The only person gonna be in that casket with you is you. So you might as well live life the way that you want to do it. Amber, how are your families taking it? My family. Speak.
No, you go first.
I think my family with me. I think they're more surprised at me picking up the tarot cards than me being a policy. I've gotten so much hate mail about me picking up tarot and reading tarot and ministering to people tarot wise. Then they don't care about me. Probably they're like, oh, I'm glad you're getting some pussy. I guess I'm glad you're getting some ooh nah nah. But I wish you put them tarot cards down. I think my family has always been my brothers are supportive. my brothers and my niece, everybody's supportive. It doesn't matter how they take it. It doesn't matter how they take it. You got to live your life for you. Because here's the thing: they're not going to make any decisions that move their life forward based upon you and what you think and what you feel. And that's the real talk. And the moment you get that, and it don't mean they don't love you. It don't mean they're not gonna care for you. It don't mean they don't support you.
I want to tell them.
But when it comes down to a life decision for you and for them, they're gonna go with what makes better sense for them. And so at this point in my life, I hope that people in my life support me, but I really don't need it. I really don't need it because I'm full. I'm self-contained. I'm healed. I'm whole, and I'm complete. And that's outside of 2 kings and 1 queen. That's my work that I have done for my own self. Yes, yes.
Yes, yes. And for me, I feel like I was saying before, I didn't.
Amber, I love Amber.
I do too.
She's a rock every time. She's a rock in a weary land.
Hype me up, Queen.
And
for me, the family thing hasn't been too much of anything because I didn't feel like I needed to make an announcement to my family. So they found out when the rest of the world found out. And again, I apologize if you took offense to that. I'm sorry. But all right, so moving on to y'all know now and how things are.
Exactly, because here we are.
My family that have acknowledged that they know and that they've seen, they pay attention to what I've posted. Yeah, they're lovely. They're lovely. They've been lovely to me and letting me know that they still love me, and it has been instrumental.
Oh, Mark Pitch said we got to get to his ideal woman type because he got to go for a run. He see once more.
Okay, next. We got you next, bro.
What our ideal woman type is.
So for the people that have acknowledged, they've definitely been cordial to me and nice. I don't know what they've said in the backdrop, but I can talk about my perception. Okay, so my perception is, it was a surprise to my family, and the bisexualness. They didn't know that I was into guys at all. So yeah, that can be a surprise. I can know it can be a shock or alarming, whatever to people. But all they have to worry about is that I'm still a man. I feel like I have the desire to be a great man and a great father. And that's really the only thing that matters. And that's the only thing that I think is their business anyway, as far as until I decide to got to the point where I am now, which is create a family and live and, this family. Yeah, I don't know. They don't have no choice but to, I feel like people that love you, they have no choice but to accept you. So it's like, what you going to say? This is like the reason why, let me tell y'all why the reason why I felt like I didn't have to come out to anybody is because I've already been enlightened to your perception of homosexuality and different walks of life. So I've already been enlightened to that. I've already seen you talk shit, lash out, talk bad about these types of people. So it's like already
know how you feel.
Years down the line, I already found out how you feel.
Before I even told you I was in that community, you already let me know. You already shamed them. You already and a lot of us, that is so big to say, bro. A lot of us, before we can even, that is a big point. And I just want to say that before I don't mean it in the
No, I got my point.
But that is a big point that we have to bring light to. Is a lot of us didn't even know what this was that we felt. We didn't even know what this was that we had to deal with. All we did know was it was frowned upon, it was looked upon, we were full of the devil, and it was not right. So we couldn't even go into our real life with a clear perspective. We went into this diminished and feeling like it was a bad thing and it was a fight. You know what I'm saying? And heterosexual people don't have to approach their adult life like that. You know, or their Christian life or their spiritual life like that.
So talking about Christian and God, like that's where it started for me, is because it's like I fell in love with church and God when I was in the 6th grade. When my mom started going to church, I was like, man, I always go to church. I love how church makes me feel. And the word that my pastor had gave, it always had touched me. But I had removed myself from the religion aspect, I feel like a while ago. Like, I had, even though I went to church every now and again, I had acknowledged that God is, I had felt that God was in me.
Right, Amber.
God was in each of us. And who are y'all to say like all these rules? I don't think that God made these rules. Like, how do y'all know that it's supposed to be this and that way and about each thing, about different things? So it was like, y'all doing all these things anyway, so why am I fighting this desire? Right. So yeah, that, like where I'm at now as far as spiritual, I love God. I believe there is a God, there is a higher power, but it's not in the way that we are taught. And as far as sexuality, I'm not too sure of that either. That's why I'm like have been given into my desires, because I don't feel that, who are y'all to say that, all right, just because we can't procreate, that we can't procreate together with someone else, right? With the polyandry lifestyle, or people have been sexually active with men for the longest.
Can I just say something real quick?
Please.
Can we give it up for this members only jacket? Come on in, members.
They don't know nothing about
this. You
this.
better come through, members only.
They don't even know nothing about it.
Y'all don't know nothing about the members only jackets. You better come through, members only jackets. I just have to say that, y'all. I'm in the mood.
So let me just wrap that up so we could get to the ideal woman.
Is there an ideal woman?
As far as my family and stuff, it's like I don't really know, and to an extent, I don't care. What I care about is if they still love me and if they're still treating me the same. And if they're treating me differently or loving me differently, despite how I know how they feel about homosexuality, then that's a different story. But until then, it's like, we're good. I can remain cool and cordial, and I can be the same person. I love you the same.
Absolutely.
As long as you love me the same. But the minute you start treating me different because of that, I'm going to start treating you different because of your shit. All right. So that's that.
Glad we got that cleared up.
I think I have questions still.
Your ideal woman, sir, that would fit into this paradigm. What is your ideal woman that would fit? Yes, your ideal woman that would fit.
You go first.
No.
Okay, I'll go first. My ideal woman.
Yes, sir.
My ideal woman is very simple. Because I'm the type of guy that's like, I don't want us to put each of our expectations and our wants and our needs on one person. So it's cool to communicate what it is that you would desire. And my ideal woman will communicate everything it is that she wants, everything it is that she does not want. And oh yeah, the podcast.
That's what she would. Yeah,
we'll answer that question too.
We supposed to. Nam yo renge kyo, nam yo renge kyo, nam yo renge kyo.
My ideal woman wants to put up with both of our craziness at the end of the day, because we're both a little bit of we're niggas. We're crazy niggas at the end of the day.
But can you clean that up a little bit? Can you clean that up a little bit? I mean, for us, for our fans, can you clean that up a little bit?
Oh damn, my live ended.
You're live because Instagram only gives you an hour.
Okay, but it won't let me save it.
No, Instagram is on your story. It's on your.
Oh my God!
Jesus be a technician. Jesus be a. This is what Jesus be a technician.
It didn't let me save it.
No, it's on your story though.
It's okay though.
It should all be there. It should all be on story. So, what had happened was, and what we were saying was,
Amber's fighting.
Amber, do you see why I love her? Not even see.
Ideal woman is going to accept our craziness, and
so that's what I'll say. Ideal woman, the ideal woman pitch.
But we're crazy in love. We love love. Like that's the thing. It's like if you can draw it all down to love. She got me fucked up.
He graduated with full credits.
That's what I'm talking about.
Amber, he had all his credits. He is not in the GED section at all. He had all his credits.
Yes, I graduated on time.
He had extra credits. Baby, I was the only GED section I was class president and still in the GED section. But guess what? Me and my GED was at the graduation. They didn't let me give my speech, but I was still there with my GED. Please believe it.
God.
Yeah, I love that about him. Bro, you are...
But sometimes I do feel like I'm in the GED section.
No, you don't.
Because
no, you don't. You do not feel.
Because I do have a particular learning style and listening.
Everybody does.
Style,
Everybody does. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna say this, and then we've been on for an hour and 12 minutes.
Yeah, we got it right there.
And we're gonna, because Hollywood is saying wrap it up, but the ideal woman.
Fuck Hollywood. I'm sorry.
Okay. The ideal woman for me would be someone that is open to this kind of love.
Mm-hmm.
Just and do not feel slighted, because the same love that I would show him, you got coming too. And I feel like the same love that he shows me, she'll have coming as well. So the ideal woman is going to have courage. She's going to have to believe in herself. She's going to have to not submit or conform or be pressured by social norms. She's going to have to want to be happy. And she's going to have to be willing to choose her happiness over how she looks in front of people.
Mm-hmm.
And whether you're the ideal woman or not, that's a message for your life. You know, if you're willing to be happy and in spite of how it looks in front of people, you're going to be blessed. So, I know she exists. I know she's out there. Is it going to be easy finding her? Nah. But I do believe it's one.
Yeah, I've been kind of thinking, like, is this going to take us focusing on ourselves and what we got going on right now and our kingdom and making these millions.
Are you going to edit this?
Nope.
Because I'm off work. Nope. We're going to upload it.
I
think it's good. I think it's a wonderful thing. I want to say to everybody.
I want a spiritual. I want to.
She's got to be spiritual. She got to pray.
Her business, all about her money. All about.
Yeah. She got to know all of that.
Know what she doing in sex. Don't be shy in the bedroom either.
Yeah, and don't be scared.
Ain't got time for shit.
Like, cause we're not trying to run a train on you. We're honestly not. We're not into the train. We're not trying to run a train.
Let's just have some good sex.
But can we just have a good time though?
But what's important before we get to the sex is the relationships. I don't know anybody that just joined in or just joining in all of our conversation. We want real love. And we want a genuine connection, something together. And us doing separate things is going to be a last resort. I don't know what the feeling is going to be when we're going to be ready
to do separate things. I honestly, here's my thing, and I'm open to it, but I honestly don't think we're gonna have to. I think that there is gonna be a beautiful black woman that's gonna say, "Them two Negroes, them niggas, I don't want to mess with them."
I think so.
No, I think somebody's gonna look at us and say, "That poet, that preacher, you know, I want to mess with them. Right. I want to mess with them, and I want us to see, you know, us raise a family together and us do it on our terms." And so when I take that heavenly trip, we all got to take it. When I take that heavenly trip, I want to have said to myself, I went after everything I wanted. If I didn't get it, I at least want to say I went after everything I wanted. And that's the way that I'm choosing to live my life, is going after my 100% complete happiness. And I don't care who get mad.
It's like whenever we get to a point where we feel like, all right, maybe what we're asking for might be
too much. Because maybe, you know,
that's when we'll do that.
So here's the thing.
It's going to be all off the feel.
One question before we close.
She said, hold up now.
Are the kids non-negotiable for you? If she can't have kids, is that non-negotiable for you?
I feel like because you want to have kids, that it's non-negotiable.
Yeah, because it's non-negotiable for me.
Right,
yeah, it is. Yeah.
In my life, I feel like, man, if this is how it's supposed to be, if I was only meant to have 2 kids, I can deal with that, and I feel like I can take what I need to from my 2 kids in that relationship.
Mm-hmm.
But my dream has always been to have more than that, so it's like I will be shutting it out. I don't think that that's the case, but I would be happy. I'm not about to force it. I'm not about to force it with anybody. Like, I need to have kids. Whoever
pitched black,
next woman is ready.
Black is preaching over here. You should read that. That's a very good point. That's a very good point.
Before we get there, though, she said, hold up now. We like trains in the house.
That's Amber.
And so we know that, girl.
That's Amber.
So that's what's making it hard for us, is because so many girls is like telling us this is their fantasy.
And that's the thing.
They want to
can we just talk
take
about
pictures
that?
and have sex with us. It's like,
y'all
man,
females,
we don't want to just have sex.
The females want the train of it all. I'm not going to lie to y'all. On Facebook Live, on my YouTube channel, it's a lot of y'all females want the train of it all. We live in
Las Vegas. We can have sex whenever we
But they be wanting the train of it all. Like, we have gotten so many in these poly groups. We've got so much love from females.
What should be exciting is that the relationship is
we both going to love you.
The relationship is going to be a train.
But it's
going to be a train of love.
No,
it's going to be a train.
Come on, preach.
Yeah, it's going to be a train of love ongoingly. Don't just think about it as a one-time train. Think about it. Let's do this ongoing train.
Say that word again for me.
The train of no. She said the train of it.
Can you say ongoingly again?
Ongoingly.
Come on,
ongoing train.
Come on, we want this choo-choo ongoing
train of love.
Why y'all mad? We're not just trying to have a moment. We listen.
Because we could do that. We could go.
Hold on.
We could go anywhere.
Hold on, because I want to make this plain on all these channels. I done been to the Pooh Nanny box. I've had Pooh Nanny. I done beat Pooh Nanny out the box. I done all that. I'm not looking for a thrill. I've been there and I've done that and ate it.
Right.
In Jesus' name.
Right. We don't want no more thrills. We've already had all the excitement. We want some real shit. We want to build something. We want long-lasting money, long-lasting family, long-lasting love. All right?
It's been a great.
So somebody said, because y'all been in previous relationships before, and now y'all have learned and taught each other how to love each other, you'll need someone who is not only willing to learn how to love you guys wholeheartedly, but also be willing to teach you guys how to love her. That way, you all would have invested a real part of you into the relationship, creating a solid foundation that will give you something to fight for when times are hard. That's from my side. Peace. Yes, please. Thank you so much for that. Thank you. Who is that?
That's your boy.
Pitch Black Montu. Thank you so much, because that is so true. That is so true.
Yeah. We're in love.
Wholehearted.
She has to learn how to love us, and
Because time's gonna get hard.
We're committed to love.
And we letting you know up front, we crazy. We crazy in love. We're crazy in love, is what I'm saying. Like we're crazy about love and about the things that may love or hurt you. We're crazy about it. We are. So
final words.
We want somebody that's crazy about us. That's all. I just want somebody crazy about us.
Do you want her nam yo ho renge go crazy?
Yes, I want you to.
What is your level of crazy?
My phone out my hand.
Oh my God! You want wait? Stop! No. What is your level of crazy? What is your level?
I don't want too crazy. Like
we're not trying to.
So this is the limit of crazy. Like I love crazy. But I don't want crazy to where you're damaging our personal things.
Like my credit is going up, and I'm not trying to ruin my credit score anymore.
Right. Like as long as you can think about the bottom line when you're in your crazy, then that's cool.
Right. So be crazy
about us. Yeah, be crazy about us. Like be willing to stick up for us and fight for us, and we're gonna be willing to do the same.
She can't be a weak woman.
Yeah, you
to
can't
come
be
into this.
Woman.
You
That's
can't be. Look at us and look at how much fighting we're having. You can't be a weak woman. You're gonna have to be a strong woman. You're gonna have to be a secure woman, and you're gonna have to know your power and your own worth because we're both entrepreneurs, and we may not be all the time able to pour into you either because we're both. He's a poet. This man has books. I'm writing books. I'm a life coach. So we both are engaged in our own personal journeys and lives. So baby girl, when you come in here, please have your own light. Right. That's the only requirement I have. That you have your own.
And the only thing that we should be battling is time.
Whose light?
That we each are given to our light and to each other. Absolutely. And I feel like as long as we have a good understanding of the balance that we need to have, then everyone will be able to successfully live in their craft as well as live in love.
Absolutely.
Because the love is important, no matter how much the craft.
Okay, guys, so this has been a wonderful
2 hours. Has it been 2 hours?
It's been 1 hour and 23 minutes.
Oh, okay.
This has been wonderful. I have learned, and actually, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I've heard stuff from you tonight that I haven't heard us talk about in our personal conversations.
What's that? I mean, I had a question that I was saving for
this. I didn't appreciate that. I wish you would have forewarned me.
It's like, I feel like that's what this should be about, though. It's like we should be asking questions that we didn't rehearse.
Right, yeah, So I appreciate that. And what I want to say is I learned a lot about us in this conversation. I honestly did. So if they're watching and they're really engaged, and they really care, because we're going to post a link in all the poly groups. We're going to post a link to this video. This was a freestyle. This was me and my fro. This was him. I appreciate this. I've learned a little bit tonight. I did. I honestly learned a little bit tonight. I honestly did. Not in a negative way. Okay. Not in a negative way. Not in a, I'm going to call you off and talk to you off camera and be like, no, not in that way. I'm saying that I learned a lot about our journey, especially from the feedback from Amber, from Pitch, from different people that chose to engage. And this is why I said we should do this more often, because there are a lot of people who don't know what we're going through, and this is a story, but we're not doing it because it's a story. We're doing it because we're two men who chose to love each other, but realized we were not enough for each other, and we still wanted more. And I still love you enough to say, go get what else you need, And I know that you feel the same way about me, and we're not going to leave each other out, right?
I was just thinking about how I love when you touch me like this. And
oh my God! Like... Good day, good day. All right, everybody, that's a good place to end. Wait, let me say goodbye. Let's tell them to subscribe where you're entering. Subscribe my YouTube channel. Keop Jones on YouTube.
You said I've been holding my penis on time.
Girl, we've been going back and forth peeing. You should have took a break like we took.
Because
I want to say to Amber, who has been my friend, I love you. Everybody subscribes to our channel. Thank you. From the life coach, from the motivational speaker, from the poet, from 2 kings and 1 queen that we're looking for. Appreciate y'all for watching and listening to us. And we love y'all.
See you next time.
Bye-bye. Good job, baby. Oh, I'm going to hang up over